Hey lovelies, welcome to our very first episode of my brand new series, Dinner Live. As the name suggests, the idea behind this series is all about cooking dinner live for you guys to show you how easy it is to eat nutritious and delicious meals, even on busy weeknights. As with any new series, we're still working out the kinks. This is actually my first time doing anything live, so it's a bit nerve-wracking. I'm very used to editing in my videos, so please be kind. But I would definitely love your feedback on this series. Do you love it? Do you hate it? What do you like? What do you hate? So definitely leave me comments in the comment box. I'd really love to hear from you. Today, I am going to be starting with one of my very favorite try, tested, and true recipes. It's my veggie fried quinoa, and I love it because it is so super simple. It comes together in a snap, and it is perfect for weeknight cooking. Now, I am starting today with a nice big skillet on the stove. I'm just gonna fire that up over medium-high heat and add a little drizzle of olive oil. Actually, it's not olive oil, it's vegetable oil, and I'm using that because I wanted something that's flavorless. When you're doing cooking like this, you wanna make sure you are using a nice flavorless oil. Otherwise, like an olive oil would be too strong. I'm just gonna start by chopping up some onion. This recipe is super, super versatile, which is something I totally love about it. I have a garbage bowl on the counter because I actually am notorious for making huge messes in the kitchen. That is the truth. So I need to have a garbage bowl. And hilariously, I didn't even go to use it. I just was gonna throw stuff on the counter. But I'm going to resist the urge. So while that oil is heating up, I am just going to chop up my onion. Really, really simple. Now, if you are the kind of person who gets home from work totally exhausted and you don't think you want to be cutting an onion, you can go ahead and do all of your chopping of your veggies during your weekly meal prep. You know, I am obsessed with Sunday meal prep. It is like my absolute go-to. Every Sunday I try to do as much of my planning as I possibly can so that my weeknight cooking is super simple, because hey, we're all busy and let's be honest, a little tired, and who wants to do a ton of prepping and cooking after a long day at work? Nobody. So we're just gonna get our onion into this nice hot pan. We're going to saute it for 2 or 3 minutes until it softens up. Give that a little zhuzh in all that nice warm oil. While that is getting heated up, we are going to chop our garlic. Now, I know some of you have commented about the fact that I, from time to time, use the jarred garlic, the kind that is already pre-chopped. But I have to tell you, for weeknight cooking, that stuff is really, really convenient. And I have always been of the school of thought that if it's going to mean the difference between cooking at home or eating out, go ahead and use the jarred kind. It's fine. I mean, in terms of flavor, nothing rivals freshly chopped garlic. That is just the truth. But seriously, if chopping veggies is too much after a long day, don't sweat it. Just use the jarred kind. No harm, no foul. We're gonna add that garlic to our pan. As you can see, our onion is starting to get fired up, which means it is time to get our veggies going. In this case, I'm actually using a combination of fresh and frozen veggies. So I've got some frozen peas and carrots. These are super convenient, great to have on hand in your kitchen all the time. And I'm also using some broccoli that I just cut up really small. The idea here is to keep your veggies pretty uniformly sized so that they cook evenly. Because what you don't want is for something to take longer to cook than other things. As you can see, this does not take long. Basically, all you want to do is heat through those frozen veggies and just get that broccoli nice and green and bright and fresh. While that is happening, I am just going to clear a little area because I am truly a seriously messy cook. And I'm going to start beating some eggs. Now, I love adding eggs to this dish because I think it adds some much needed protein. You could leave these out if you wanted to keep this recipe vegan, or you could also add some chicken to this, some pork, some shrimp, even some tofu would be amazing. It's so super versatile. Once your egg is nice and beaten, you basically are just gonna create a little reservoir in your pan. So now that these veggies are starting to soften up and get cooked through, we're just gonna push them all over to one side, like so. And on the other side, we are going to scramble our eggs. They go directly into the pan, just like that. And then the secret is to keep them moving. As with any great scrambled egg, you do not want to let it sit. You need to keep it moving until it is all cooked through. Once your egg is scrambled, you can mix it in with the rest of your veggies, and then it's going to be time to add our amazing quinoa. Now the cool part about this recipe, if you are not into quinoa, is that you could also do it with some cooked rice if you wanted to, or some cauliflower rice. Now I know that is a huge trend right now. If you haven't ever heard of cauliflower rice, it's amazing. You just pop a head of cauliflower into your food processor and blitz it until it is sort of the same texture as rice. And then you can add it into all sorts of dishes that call for rice, but it is lower in carbohydrates, which is kind of awesome. If you are into the cauliflower craze, you are in luck, because in just a few weeks, we are actually going to be doing a cauliflower week where I will be sharing a brand new cauliflower recipe every single day. It's going to be really, really yummy. We're gonna do some loaded cauliflower. We're gonna do some whole cauliflower steaks. I am very excited about cauliflower week. As you can see, that took no time at all. My veggies are cooked through, my eggs are scrambled, which means it is time to add my beautiful, fluffy, cooked quinoa. Into the pan it goes. Now, because I am all about meal prep, I have cooked my quinoa on Sunday night. That's the best way. I love to do a big batch. I leave it in my refrigerator and I add it to dishes all week long. So handy. Really versatile, obviously. You can use it in sweet dishes, in savory dishes. You can even bake with it. I have some amazing quinoa breakfast cookies on the channel that you might really enjoy. Once that quinoa is nice and heated through, it's just a matter of seasoning up this dish. That's the final touch. We're going to add a good drizzle of soy sauce. Whoa, I almost got carried away there. And if you are into the heat like I am, you can also add some sriracha. Good times had by all. If you are not into the heat, the sriracha is certainly not required, but I think it definitely adds a je ne sais quoi to this lovely, lovely dish. Don't you? A little spice, a little heat. Spice makes things nice. And if you can believe it, that's it. That is veggie fried quinoa. It's really that simple. I am just going to dish it out into a bowl like so, and it is ready to be enjoyed. It will last in your refrigerator for 3 or 4 days. It makes an awesome lunch the next day. So I highly recommend you make a nice big batch and enjoy it throughout the week. Keep in mind, the recipe is in the description box below. Also, for our next episodes of Dinner Live, I am going to be sharing the recipes a few days in advance on Instagram, on Snapchat, and on Facebook, so you can do all the shopping and then we can actually cook together. That's the plan. So I really hope you will join me again next week for our next episode of Dinner Live. I think it would be amazing to make this an ongoing thing. Keep in mind that I have a very special guest coming to join me for Dinner Live next week. My beautiful friend Alicia from Mind Over Munch will be here in person, and I could not be more excited because chaos always ensues when she and I are in the kitchen together. We always have such a blast. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, I have some eating to do. Happy dinner, and thanks so much for watching, guys. Oh, and of course, be sure to subscribe because there's lots more deliciousness where this came from. And now for the moment of truth.
Do you want to know how many people are watching right now?
How many people?
650.
Hi, everybody. Nice to have you in my kitchen.
Do you want to take some questions?
Sure. Are there questions? I'll take them.
Somebody was asking, is quinoa good for weight loss?
I would definitely say quinoa can be a good part of a balanced diet. It can be really excellent for weight loss because it is very high in protein, but as with everything, moderation is super key.
Okay, that's great. Coming up on 10 minutes here.
Amazing. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you give this tasty recipe a try, I really hope you will tweet me, Instagram me, or Snapchat me a photo because of course I love seeing your kitchen creations as always. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, I'd love to hear from you. Leave it all in the comment section below. You guys are definitely the inspiration behind this channel, so it's really important that I hear from you. And finally, I'll say it again. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because there's lots more deliciousness where this came from. Live deliciousness.